because once again, these gold laners have gotten to the finish line or close to the finish line, but it's really the EXP laners who've been getting them over that hurdle.
Something to note is that Susujin, in terms of leashing time, the mid leash just for a little bit and then immediately go to lane because they don't want Zaim Senpai to have priority. So this is, I like the adaptation here. Is like Susujin is like, I'm good. I'm a boxy. I can clear my jungle very fast. You guys get to your lane, have a better positioning. Make sure you guys don't get bullied out by Zaim Senpai. Just that one micro decision is already making them look a little bit better when it comes to the lane.
And they've already stolen the camp at the same time, right? I think that KGE are on the right warpath. They need to make sure that, for the most part, EXP, it's you don't really need to do much with it. You're an export, it's already pretty difficult to kill you, so now you just focus on clearing the mid and as well as the gold waves. Just make sure your presence is there. Make sure that TODAK don't get to walk around that area as comfortably as they should.
Right now, Rafflesia looks like a little bit low. I like the temp for TODAK as well as King Empire. One thing that we do have to bring up is that the EXP laners are more damage-oriented for this game, which I feel like for the flavor of this best of 5, TODAK going up against King Empire, having amazing EXP laners by both teams respectively, I think this is a good call. Get them on damage dealers, get them on heroes that can carry or at least disrupt the backline.
I would have expected maybe even like a CC from the side of King Empire, right? To a certain degree, but I think that, you know, being more damage orientated and knowing King Empire, they like to play the numbers. They want to make sure that they are safe, but at the same time get high impact rewards when you are successful in these engagements. Speaking of which, let's see how this lane goes.
Well, level 4 is going to be the priority from both sides. They are going to try and rush this here. Smooth Dato getting in first, Zaim Senpai Momo to follow. The collapse is about to happen as well. Turtle getting resetted here is trying to go for the fight beater. Going for the kite here. They're going to focus him down, but the Faramis NetherRealm keeps him alive. Susujin finally gets the kill. Actually, it's going to be Momo that takes first blood. Now Momo next to fall. And King Empire getting to Rafflesia, forced to get out. But that's going to be Turtle in the hands of King Empire unless Zaim Senpai is trying to make a play here. He's got the Ghostbusters. Nope. Not gonna happen. Turtle in the hands of King Empire.
Yep, Ghostbuster's not gonna be enough there to beat out a Retribution, and more importantly so, the fact that Rafflesia didn't hit 4 on time, and Vitter still had enough HP to make it happen.
Well, the pin on top, Shizo.
How did that shatter not land?
I know, right?
It was just short. That's so sad.
I also have to say, during the, before the turtle take, mistakes coming in from TODAK. Momo used his Brave Spider a little bit too early and then got crowd control by Dedo, making it so that he doesn't get to the pin fast enough. At that point, I kind of feel like avoid Dedo for now and try to go for the jungler.
Well, Zaim Senpai now getting harassed a little bit, but as of yet, he's going to be fine as King Empire finally winning the early game compared to the game number 2 here, as they are going to try to make it invade here. Rafflesia does scout this out. Do they want to try to force the issue? But seems like objective is going to be the way for King Empire as they set themselves up top.
You saw that, you did, right?
Yeah. All that effort just for one auto attack to steal away the camp.
The freest camp, man. What? You know, no, I'm not going to talk about it.
Susujin is good with the 10s. He's not good with the single digits. If it's 1 or 2 HP off, he's like, hey, man, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. But speaking of which, I do think that maybe TODAK kind of angled there, right? On that very first turtle. Like, Momo could have flickered in with the stun, maybe get something out of Deto, trade, you know, Battle Spell for Battle Spell. Maybe that could have been the difference maker there. Let's have a look at the AI winning predictions. It's 66 to King Empire, 4 minutes into this game so far, with 16 seconds left on the clock before the next turtle spawns. I'd be more than happy to see a flicker engage coming out of Vader.
Yeah, I mean, like, King Empire right now with 1.6k gold lead. It's a very sizable lead when it comes to the first 4 minutes of the game. TODAK, they can turn this around by having a good fight around the turtle. With their kind of draft, I'm almost looking forward to more fights instead of focusing on the objective on the turtle.
I think that would make the most amount of sense here. Smooth is pretty far ahead in his lane so far. Could be a little bit better. Zion's out.
They're going to try and force a fight on Zion. Zion dropping down very low. Susujin getting blocked off from the rotations. Turtle completely resetted, but they do force out the Toys Persons on King Empire as TODAK looking for the juggle. One level ahead for Sutsujin. He's got the retreat. Momo looking for the flank here. Smooth still jiggling their way through. Witter now with the Feramis out coming in. Gary still the turtle. Smooth pops the run away. Momo zoning the back lines. Finds a pick on Dato. Smooth now needs to get out. Momo thinking about the save, but the wall does not connect. And they will find Wither on the bottom side from Zyme Senpoi instead.
Good wall charge coming in from Malaysia to cancel out or stop Sutsujin from getting a retribution of his own. Still a little late. Those 2 seconds definitely mattered there. And with the rest of TODAK, now that they've kind of like opened up the map a little bit more and cracked open the tier 1 down on the bot side of the map, we'll see whether or not they're just going to extend the laning phase, right? Because I feel like Shizo, for the longest of times, pretty dead lane against Sasa. I mean, Sasa, yes, is technically a wave ahead of him, but at the same time, you would have expected Roger to be more proactive or at least start the snowball to get a couple of kills.
I know you're talking about the gold lane, but I gotta talk about what Momo has been doing. It looks like the idea is before the turtle fight, make sure that the Faraka armor is gone. That's number one. Oh, before that, Dato gets spotted.
Oh my goodness, Dato now getting caught on. They're calling in Sasa for help here. Momo getting escorted with the NetherRealm. He's going to be able to get out for now. KGE, they're thinking about forcing the fight. Shizo is here to show himself, but again, they don't have the burst damage here. They need Dato, and they will disengage.
Gideon, I gotta say, I'm gonna talk a little bit about numbers. 3 times, Momo went straight onto Dato. Something happened in the draft where they say, Momo, eyes on Dato. We don't care about anyone else. Don't let Dato play the game.
Yep. I think it's just the intervals here, right? Like, Momo understands if he leaves lane, he wants to bring down that Faraga armor as much as he can from Smooth. Second objective, dive onto people who don't have much counterplay. And in this case, it's going to be Dato, right? He doesn't, unless he has his flicker off of cooldown, that's his only escape mechanic once the Bravest Fighter is out. The anti-CC makes his Fear and the Eternal Guard pretty useless.
And right now we can see Momo arriving in lane, and TODAK, they're in prime position to actually start the turtle. Now TODAK has a little bit of a lead. 600, not a lot, but still pretty good coming into the 7 minutes here. Rafflesia is finding Victor. Victor needs a good engage here to give a good chance for King Empire to win this one.
Oh, it's actually looking kind of good. Keep your eyes on Momo there. He's looking for Dato, and he's looking for that flank angle. So far, Smooth just melting down Rafflesia.
Oh, it's going to be tough here. Gary now going for the taunt. Looking for the juggle. They're still waiting for the right moment to strike here. Turtle gets reset at Momo. Can't seem to find Dato yet. He hasn't really shown himself, but conceal play from Lacesia. Finally sees it, forces the flicker. Wall charge completely whiffing the mark now as the Turtle about to drop the retreat threshold here. He's gonna get pulled back. Suzuki looking for the retreat. Finally walks up, takes it out. Now NetherRealm has been expended. They're gonna try for the collapse. Gary can't seem to get the taunt, but they will focus down on Vitter from TODAK as they take one despite losing the Turtle.
Holy cow, Vitter exploded there. Didn't even get to see him use his ult effectively as well. That wild charge flicker from Rafflesia really making the difference here, but at the same time, the bleeding has begun. Shizo finds a trade in towers on the top side while mid lane gets taken out by Sasa. All in all, considering the amount of battle spells that was used, not too bad from King Empire, but not enough to take the lead.
I'm a little bit worried about TODAK here. This game is quite even. And I feel like going up against Moskov is not really even, right? Like, even means Moskov is winning. 0-0-0. Sasa has been avoiding every single fight. He's just looking for minions. He's just looking for turrets. And right now, looking at the AI winning prediction, TODAK is there, but I don't know how long they're going to be there.
Oh, now here comes the engage. You're dropping everything for Rafflesia. NetherRealm barely a pixel away. Is going to be in a little bit of trouble here as Zyme Senpoi getting caught out. But he does have the 10 HP to sustain his way through, so he's going to be able to get out of there. King Empire finding the roamer as they try to translate a little bit more down bottom.
And this is exactly the shape of the fight that they want, right? King Empire want to play a traditional front to back, but TODAK want to disrupt them and stretch them out as thin as possible to isolate people like Dato or maybe even Sasa to force them to do a super play of their own. 27 seconds left until the next neutral objective is up on the screen, and for the most part, King Empire, with a slight lead on their side, it's pretty much dead even here.
I would say it's a big lead because this time Dato is winning in terms of farm against Zyme Senpoi, which is a big difference compared to game number 2, Gideon.
Very much so. But we did see Momo just purchase his next item, right? I'm like, so far, consistently we've seen Dato lose out on his battle spell because of Momo, and Momo just uses his ult. He's not even committing with a flicker even.
Right now, Rafflesia, taking a lot of damage.
Oof, that's a lot. Well, Rafflesia is going to be able to get out, but at the same time, Sasa is going to be able to take this tier 1 up top. Meanwhile, TODAK, well, they're going to be focusing themselves on the Lord instead right now.
Well, right now, Shizo finds Sasa, but it looks like Sasa's the one that finds Shizo.
No way, Sasa, you gotta do this. He's gonna go for it as well. No, he's eating a turret. Sasa in trouble. He's gonna get caught out. Mistakes were made, but Smooth will be there to save the day. But he needs to get out. He's got no immortality. He's got no flicker. He's getting chipped away. Rafflesia missing the stun here. Zyme Boy Ghostbuster. Last tick. Auto attack will steal the deal. Mistakes were made. 2-for-1 exchange, and now Sutsujin in the Lord pit. They have to juggle this way through, as this Lord is going to be the point of interest from both sides. But KGE 3v4, they're dropping everything on Gary, but Gary will fall. It is going to fall, but Momo finds Dato in the back lines. Reggie, Dato, what? He's dead, but he still got the Lord. Dato, how? With the Eternal Guard. And now Peter gets out, Sutsujin gets out. TODAK, what happened? What?
Man, I thought it couldn't get worse for KGE, but they got the Lord at the very least. They did it. They did it, guys.
Gideon, I feel like I'll eventually be the villain here, man. Like, I'm questioning Sasa on his abilities, like hitting the turret instead of the player. I mean, there's 3 buttons in the basic attack realm, you know, you can choose. And then, how many times have Sutsujin failed to secure the Lord?
Oh, speaking of that, as you doubted, Kasaskurs, he comes in with the Sika Spear, runs in front of Shizo, takes him out, goal laner out of the equation, as KGE will continue the assault.
This is the KGE redemption arc, right?
Yeah.
They heard it, they're like, okay, LaFell ain't happy with us, we gotta save ourselves, wait for the super play, it's going to happen, keep your eyes on them. Sasa and Bitter, they're the ones who make the difference here, and even Deto.
Oh, speaking of Dato right now, Export dropping the last insanity, but as soon as he play that clutch play coming from Zyme Boy with the Netherrealm keeps him alive, they have to go for the reset. But again, King Empire, they are going to respect this. They are going to focus on the purple buffs instead. They will back out in this fight. Oh
right
boy.
now, a lot of questions are coming to my mind. Like, the Valentino worked so well in game number 2. What made them change the direction? But looking at the game for now, 4,000 goldie for King Empire, and Moskov is almost full build. The only item that he doesn't have for now is the Malefic Roar. So he's online. The moment he sees someone, he's going for the kill.
Well, to be fair, I don't even think he needs the Malefic Roar anymore. For the most part, especially like his main targets that he wants to like continuously auto attack. Even Fredrin, not that strong at this point of time, considering that he's mainly doing like DHS damage, right?
To note as well, looks like Momo is going full damage here on the Lapu Lapu. Usually we see Hunter Strike and then the defensive item, but no, he goes for a Hunter Strike into a Malefic Roar and perhaps into a Sea Halberd.
I think it's definitely going to be a Sea Halberd here. They need some kind of anti-heal. It just can't be one Dominance Ice to control it. And worse yet, it's on Rafflesia. Most people aren't going to hit him, maybe by accident by Moskov. But for the most part, you can avoid it. TODAK now on the back foot. 5k lead for the side of King Empire off of that Lord, and as expected, no inhibitors taken down for the time being. At least from TODAK's side, they have a bit of room to breathe, but they've got to simulate a situation for me where we see King Empire able to take out that backline. Because so far, it really just boils down to Sasa making the mistake.
I would say is they don't have to, because of how Moskov works. Just by hitting the front line, just by chance you're going to hit the back line. So I kind of feel like peel for Sasa. Let him free hit Gary, free hit Momo, free hit Rafflesia. Basically look at TODAK like an onion and just peel them one by one by one by one. Because Shizo without Rafflesia, without Gary, without Momo, he's not going to march forward. So I kind of feel like they don't even have to go to the back line. Just deal with the wall in front of you.
I see. I do think that Rafflesia is like Wall Charge is by far one of the stronger ultimates on top of the Netherrealm, of course. But for the most part, it's how many people can he actually knock up with it, right? Even if he goes for a priority target like Sasa, that's just a Purify you get out at most. Maybe you target Deto, or I would argue Sutsujin and Vitter, who have been his main targets for the majority of these Lord fights.
Oh, it is going to be tough, right? Like, I feel like majority of these fights has always been trying to find a isolated target, and so far Momo is doing a fantastic job just making sure that Dato gets taken out first. But even then, he's tried a lot of times now.
Yeah, I kind of feel like the idea is definitely for Momo to go to the back line. But now he has to change targets, right? He has to go for Sasa because Sasa is going to be the one that's going to be destroying the front line. And Gideon, you called it out. Sasa doesn't need a Malefic Roar, so he goes for the Rose Gold Meteor for a little bit more protection.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to get bursted down. For the most part, like, he barely interacts with Shizo. He only finds Shizo towards the end or the second last person, but wait, this is actually a really good position.
Okay.
Wait, is TODAK not going to posture for this?
Wait, they're actually going to rush this. Wait, huh? Where? Huh? What? TODAK?
I mean, like, Smooth did a good job, right? He made sure that Gary has no avenue to go in. And TODAK, they had to deal with the side lanes, so they don't have the numbers. They couldn't fight back.
Unfortunate. A good setup from King Empire Esports. At least this time, they're doing their chores. Not like previous game where they were always late to do their chores and TODAK always had control over this Lord. Now we're seeing the reverse. With this Luminous Lord, guaranteed an inhib in the mid.
Oh boy, now Lord's coming in. TODAK, they have made a small blunder here. Tried to go for a flank, did not expect the Lord to be taken down that quickly. Now inhibitors will fall. They're going to be dropping everything on Gary. Concealed play from Rafflesia. Gets out on two-man wall charge, but where's the follow-up? Susujin will survive, but the counterplay from Dato catches Gary. He needs to get out. Netherrealm preemptively, but it misses. Misses Gary. He's gonna fall, and now KGE picks them all one by one as TODAK cannot defend. One blunder leading to another, and now KGE saves 2-1, baby. 2-1.
Ooh, a beautiful front to back. Exactly what KGE was looking for. No angles for them to get in.